C language interview questions and answers. We'll see one by one of C programming interview questions and answers. So, first of all, we discuss about what is C language. C is a programming language. The pioneer of programming languages is a procedural programming language, which is a procedural programming language, which is developed by Dennis Ritchie, and it is a system programming language for writing operating systems. We are using the C language for used for write for operating systems. It is one of the most popular programming language because of its structure, high level abstraction, machine independent features. So it is a very popular because of its structure as well as high level abstraction, and also it is having machine independent features and etc. So it is a great starting point for everyone wanting to get into coding. C is also used a lot of low level system programming such as embedded systems and hardware. So it has also been heavily optimized over the years and is still used to write sophisticated software such as FreeBSD operating system and the XNU kernel. So here, which is a low level memory access, and a small collection of keywords is there for C language, and a clean style are qualities that make the C language excellent for system programmings such as operating system and or compiler development. C is a low level programming language as we discussed earlier that can be directly interfaced with the processor. It offers minimal abstraction and maximal control, making it an attractive option for developers who want to write efficient code. So now see one by one why why is C called a mid-level programming language? Anybody guess? So C has the characteristics both assembly level, that is low level, and higher level languages such as as a result, C is commonly called a middle level language programming. Using C, a user can write an operating system as well as create a menu driver consumer billing system. So, what are the key features of the C language? Some features of the C language are it is simple and efficient. Second feature is it is a portable and machine independent. C is a middle level programming language, and also it is a structured programming language. It has a function or as well as rich libraries, and it has dynamic memory management. C is super fast. We can use pointers in C. It is extensible. What is a token? The individual elements of a program are called tokens. There are six types of tokens are available in C language, which are first one is identifier, keywords, constants, operators, special characters, and strings. What is the use of printf and scanf functions? Also explain format specifiers. So as we see in the C language, so we are having printf and scanf functions. The printf function is used to print the output on the display. The scanf is used to read the formatted data from the keyboard. Means it reads from the user. Some data type format specifiers for both printing and scanning purposes are as follows, that are percentile D. It's a data type format specifier for printing and scanning an integer value. So if we go for the percentile S, It's a data type format specifier for printing and scanning string purpose. The percentile C means which specifies for displaying and scanning a character value. Percentile F is used to specifies used to display and scan a float values. What's the value of expression 5 ABXDEF? So here the string mentioned ABXDEF is an array. So and the expression is equal to within the brackets ABXDEF is there, and we are giving that brackets for ABXDF means it is same as the bracket names ABXDF and the 5 is it come in the brackets. So here because A of B is equivalent to plus A plus B, which is equivalent to B plus A, which is equivalent to B of A. Understood? Like that, here the ABXDF 5 of 5 is nothing but the answer is F. What is built-in function in C? The most commonly used built-in functions in C are scanf, printf. Note down. First one is scanf, second printf, third one string copy means strcpy, strlwr, strcmp, strlen, strcat, and many more. Built functions is also known as library functions that are provided by the system to make the life of a developer easy by assisting them to do certain commonly used predefined tasks. For example, if you need to print output for your program into the terminal, we use what? Printf. So like that we use the scanf, printf, strcpy, strlwr, strcmp, strlen, strcat, and many more. So the next question is, what is a preprocessor? A preprocessor is a software program. What is a preprocessor? A preprocessor is a software program that processes a source file before sending it to be compiled. A preprocessor is nothing but it is a software program that processes a source file before sending to the before sending it to be compiled. Inclusion of header files, macro expressions, conditional compilations, and line control all possible with the preprocessor. A preprocessor is nothing but which is a software program that process source files before sending it to be compiled. So the preprocessor directories are header files, macro expansions, and conditional compilation and line control are all possible with the preprocessor. Next question. In C, what is the hash line used for? So in hash line is used as a preprocessor. Here hash is used for preprocessor. If you see the programming is in the C language, it starts with the hash include stdio.h. So that hash line is used for preprocessor to reset the line number in the code which takes parameters as line number. Here some if you see Hash includes studio.h and that is used for preprocessor. Okay. How can a string be converted into a number? How? Tell me. Anybody guess? So here the function is there. The string as an input that needs to be converted into integer, that is int. You have to declare with int a to I. A to I function is there which converts a string into a number a to I. In the a to I function, we declare const with the const keyword, const char star string, const char star string, return value. On successful conversion, it returns the desired integer value. So, if the string starts with alphanumeric character or only contains alpha number character, so what it do? It returns 0. In case string starts with the numeric character, but it is followed with alpha numeric character, the string is converted into integer till the first occurrence of the alphanumeric character. For example, we are given 99 hello. The a to I function means the a to I const char that 99 hello will convert into by using a to I function 99. Understood? The output is 99. How can a number be converted to string? How? By using the function sprintf, string printf. In the sprintf, we start with string and constant char star format. We see we have created a string and we are converting that string into number by using sprintf function. So what is the recursion? When a function is when a function in C calls a copy itself, a function calls itself is called as recursion. This is known as self recursion. Self calling is called as recursion. To put it in another way, when a function calls itself, this technique is called recursion. Also, this function is non recursive function. Why doesn't C support function overloading? After you compile the C source, the symbol names need to be interact with the object code. If we introduce function overloading in our source, we should also provide name mangling as a preventive measure to avoid function name clashes. Also, as C is not strictly typed language, many things, example data types, are convertible to each other in C. Therefore, the complexity of overload resolution can introduce confusion in language such as C. When you compile a C source, a symbol names will remain intact. If you introduce function overloading, you should provide a name mangling technique to prevent name clashes. Consequently, like C++, you will have machine generated symbol names in the compiled binary. Additionally, C does not feature strict typing. Many things are implicitly convertible to each other in C. The complexity of overloading resolution rules could introduce confusion in such kind of language. What is the difference between global int and static int? Anybody guess the global and static? So the global thing is a global variable that is visible to everything in your program. Although to make it visible in other modules, you would need an extern int. You will need an extern int global temp variable in other source files if you have a multi-file project. So within the program, we go with the global variable before the main, and you would want to visible that to all other modules. You go with the extern int. A static variable is a local scope, but its variables are not allocated in the stack segment of the memory. It can have less than global scope, although, like global variables, it resides in the .bss segment of your compiled library. What is pointer? Anybody guess? A pointer is a variable that stores or point to another variable address, another pointable address. So the value of a variable is stored in a normal variable, whereas the address of a variable is stored in a pointer variable. What is the difference between const char star p and char const star p? In the first one, const char star p is a pointer to a constant char, which is a pointer to a constant char. First one is const char na, the pointer is pointing to constant char, and char const star p is a pointer to a char constant, which is a pointer to a char constant. Understood? Since constant char and char constant are the same, it is the same. That abbreviation means that way of telling is different, but both are same. What is pointer to pointer in C? What is pointer to pointer in C? Understood? The question itself answer. A pointer can also be used to store the address of another pointer. A double pointer or pointer to pointer is such a pointer. The address of a variable is stored in the first pointer, whereas the address of the first pointer is stored in the second pointer, which is called as pointer to pointer in a C. Why n plus plus executes faster than n plus 1? So it is a unary operation. It just needs one variable, wait, which is plus plus minus minus plus minus. Is there now? So which is a unary operation means only one operator is there. That's why it's more faster. And whereas n equal to n plus one, it is a binary operation that adds the overhead to take more time. However, in modern platforms, it depends on few things such as processor architecture, C compiler, usage in your code, and other factors such as hardware problems. While in the modern compiler, even if you write n equal to n plus 1, it will get converted to n plus 1, n plus plus. When it goes to into the optimized binary, and it will be equivalent efficient. What is typecasting in C? A typecasting is a process to convert a variable from one data type to another. Means integer to float, like that. If we want to store large type of value to int type, then we will convert the data type into another data type explicitly. Here we go with the within the brackets we take the data type and the expression. Okay. What are the advantages of macro over function? Macro on high level copy paste its definition to places wherever it is called, due to which it saves a lot of time, as no time is spent while passing the control to a new function, and the control is always with the call function. However, one downside is the size of the compiled binary is large, but once compiled the program comparatively runs faster. Understood? So macro is a high level copy paste. It's a definition to places wherever it is called. Macro means it automatically places, not if the function is there, it will call, then it will go and execute and come. Due to which saves a lot of time. So as no time is spent while passing the control to new function, and the control is always with the calling function. However, one downside is the size of the compiled binary is large, but once compiled the program comparatively runs faster. And what are the enumerations? Enum. Enumeration, also known as enum, which is a user defined data type. It consists of constant integrals or integers that have names assigned to them by the user. Because the integer value are named with enum in C, the whole program is simple to learn, understand, and maintain by the same or even different programmer. When should you use register storage specifier? If a variable is used frequently, it should be declared with the register storage specifier. And the compiler may allocate a CPU register for its storage to speed up the variable lookup. If we are using that variable frequently, then we go for register storage specifier. So these are the questions, and we are having remaining some intermediate questions also. If you see these intermediate questions also, it will look fine. We see the intermediate questions, and which are, so we see one by one these intermediate questions also. Now, first one is, how can you remove duplicates in an array? So we write a program for that remove duplicates. Means first we take elements, then we compare, then we compare the elements with each and every individual, with each and every individual numbers. If both are same, we give the break, and otherwise we go for another numbers. Like that, we will remove the duplicates from an array. Can we compile a program without main function? Yes, we can compile the main program without main function using macro. So by using the macro, we can compile without the main function also. Okay, we create a macro for main. Like we are declaring hash include studio data, like that hash define abc main. So the abc is treated as a main, means that is a macro, the name with the main. Now we go with the int abc like that. Okay, by using the macro we can achieve that. So write a program to get higher and lower nibble of a byte without using shift operator. So we by using structures we can do it, and union also. So and next one is, how do you override a defined macro? So by you can override defined macro, use hash ifdef and hash undef undef preprocessor. So if use hash ifdef a or hash undef a, hash endif, hash define a10. If a macro a is defined, it will be undefined using undef, and then defined by using define. These are the things we use in the macro. So another program is asking palindrome by not using the recursive method. Palindrome means what? The reverse of a number is same, then is called as a palindrome. So binary or not. These are the programs. So we discuss only the interview questions, no? The programs you will get anywhere. Can you tell me how to check whether a linked list is circular? Single linked list. How the linked list is circular? The circular linked list is nothing but the circular list is a variation of a linked list where the last node is pointing to the first node information part. Therefore, the last node doesn't point to null, is called as circular linked list. What is the use of a semicolon at the end of every program statement? It is majorly related to how the compiler reads the entire code and breaks it into a set of instructions or statements to which semicolon is used. In C, acts as a boundary between two sets of instruction. So the semicolon is used here as a boundary between two sets of instructions. How to call a function before main? To call the function the before main, program startup directive should be used. Pragma, Pragma startup, Pragma startup function is used. Then Pragma, Pragma, Pragma startup function. So the syntax is hash pragma startup, the function name. We can call before the main by using hash pragma. Difference between macros and functions. Tell. Yes. It is a macro means it is a pre-processed rather than compiled. So function is a compiled, not pre-processed. Macro, it is pre-processed rather than compiled. Function checks for compilation error. Code length is increased. Code length remains same in the function. In the macros, execution is fast. The functions bit slow, just bit slow. Macros are useful when small piece of code is used multiple times in a program. Functions are helpful when large piece of code is repeated number of times. Differentiate between source differentiate source codes from object codes. Source code is dot cpp extension. The machine code is dot exe. The difference between the source code and object code is the source code is a collection of computer instructions writing using a human readable programming language, while object code is a sequence of statements in machine language and is the output after the compiler or an assembler converts into the source code. The last point about object code is the way changes are reflected when the source code is modified. Each time the source code needs to be compiled to reflect the changes in the object code. What are the header files and what are its uses in C programming language? So we are having the header files with the .h extension, that is studio.h, math.h, conio.h. These are the header files. The header files must have the extension .h, which contains function definitions, data type definitions, macros, etc. The header is useful to import the above definitions to the source code using hash include directive, the preprocessor directive. For example, if your source code needs to take input from the user, do some manipulation and print the output on the terminal, it should have stdio.h file included as include within the brackets studio.h, with which we can take input using scanf, do some manipulations and print by using printf. Okay. When is the void keyword used in function? The void data type is literally represents no data at all. It is null operator. The most obvious use of this function that returns nothing. Here we have declared functions and all functions have return type. In this case, we have said return type is void and that means no data at all is returned. The other keywords were used in the other use of the void keyword is void pointer. A void pointer points to memory location where the data type is undefined at the time of variable definition. Even you can define a function or return type void star or void pointer, meaning at compile time we don't know what will return. Let's see some examples. What is dynamic data structure? A dynamic data structure refers to an organization or collection of data in memory that has the flexibility to grow, shrink, or size. Dynamic by using dynamic data structures, having the flexibility to grow or shrink in size, enabling a programmer to control exactly how much memory is utilized. Dynamic data structures change in size by having unused memory allocated or deallocated from the heap as needed. Dynamic data structures play a key role in programming languages like C, C++, and Java because they provide the programmer with the flexibility to adjust the memory consumptions of software programs. Add two numbers, subtract by using without using subtraction, multiply, even or odd, reverse or linked list. These are the programs we are having. Okay, we'll see some more interview questions later point of the videos. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much.